say hi to YouTube. We're recording.
Hello there. Welcome
Right,
to
here
the
we go.
world of Pokemon.
All the kids get their first one at age 10. If you don't sleep in like Ash Ketchum from Pallet Town.
Ash wanted to be a Pokemon master, though he didn't really know what that meant yet.
How about taking down your rivals to be the very best, like no one ever was? Better than Gary and his dumb groupies.
Well, Ash knew he'd find his answers at the Pokemon League tournament.
So Oak hooked him up with the electric mouse, Pikachu.
Oh,
and went,
it's a
here's your
mouse!
problem now, stupid.
Pikachu was
It's a mouse.
a lot. The new duo had a rocky start,
Aw.
but after an intense first day together, the rest, as they say, is history.
25 seasons, over 1,200 episodes,
crazy, man.
and the
Crazy.
cornerstone of 2000s culture. Ash spent decades as a 10-year-old on the great Pokemaniac journey.
We should note, we are prioritizing the anime that Ash is from, which often differs from the original games that inspired it.
Ash
Did they just say that they're not gonna? How many times has Death Battle used like non-canon stuff, things that didn't go with the mainline story, and now they're all of a sudden saying, "Keep in mind, we're gonna use the anime, not anything from the games." What, bro? Oh, they're using anime rules. Oh, bro. Are they gonna do it for both of them? They better do it for both of them, not just one of them. He's not from the games? I mean, they could use both, you know? Like, they always do that. They always use everything from the character, no matter what it is. Or what universe, even, you know? Ash is barely on the games? That's crazy! That is so funny that Ash is, like, not even in his... Bro, that is so funny.
is equipped with
I did
tons
not know
of
that.
Pokeballs and an all-knowing Pokedex. That's also a Pokemon. But in a fight, Ash usually chooses Pikachu. Give the yellow red enough voltage and you'll regret it. Even ground types that would be immune to electric attacks in the games can't stop what this Pikachu dishes out.
Yet somehow Ash is just fine after repeatedly getting zapped by this same electricity. Over time, Pikachu learned Volt Tackle, Electro Web, Electro Ball, and
Yeah!
Pikachu, use Thunderbolt! The perfect attack for OHKOing flamboyant thieves in air balloons. Looks like they're blasting off again.
so clearly
I don't
the
think-
anime
I don't
doesn't
think Ash
follow
is
the
gonna
game
win, by the
rules.
way.
Like when Pikachu
I don't think
shot
he's gonna win.
himself with his own thunder while on Swellow, who, you know, is vulnerable to lightning.
But somehow they used Thunder as a super armor. He even learned how to deflect attacks
What?
by just spinning really fast. Whee!
Speaking of fast, Pikachu has intercepted lightning, but Quick Attack increases that speed even more.
And his Iron Tail really pairs well with Ash's offensive style. The guy plays crazy, opting for big damage over stalling.
Ash's style is so unusual that when a robot scanned his tactics, it exploded.
Really,
As the great
bro?
philosophers
Really?
put it, if it works, is
That
it
is so
still
funny.
stupid?
Ash and Pikachu's bond is magnetic and
Velvet
brought them
Goose,
new
thank you
allies.
so much for
Misty,
subscribing.
Brock,
Thank you,
Serena,
thank
just to name a
you.
few. Underneath
Thank
the
you so much for
stubbornness
the
and
follow
crispy
as well.
bites,
Thank
they
you.
are loyal friends.
Just like Ash's Pokemon. They're not just collecting dust in a shiny hunting box. Ash's League ID won't let him carry more than 6 at a time, but if he needs them, they'll all come running.
Water types like Squirtle and Lapras are key in seafaring fights, and Ash can combine their water attacks with Glalie Ice Beam.
One time, his Weasel got frozen while using Aqua Jet, which is fine. Now he's using Ice Aqua Battering Ram.
Grass types like Bulbasaur and Torterra induce status
So we're doing
effects
other
and heal with
Pokemons too?
synthesis.
But Sceptile's a menace. Yeah, so you got a big, scary dark ride. Eat
Oh,
the
really?
Sleep
Oh,
Blade
that's
Spherical
awesome,
Victim.
Beltus. That's
Or
awesome.
That's what I would say if Tobias did an action replay of frickin' Latios. You might
Welcome,
win,
welcome.
4 kids.
Well, 4Kids just did the localization. They didn't.
No, I
write
don't
the
mind
show.
lurkers at
They
all.
just get me
The
heated.
lurkers are all
Almost
welcome.
as much as Infernape's Flare Blitz. Then I'll set my Inferno to overdrive, get my revenge, and Incineroar. Haha.
Ash had a fiery passion for reaching the top ASAP, but Charizard wasn't on board. Pursuing pride over packs, Ash lost the Viridian Force for the trees and fumbled the Indigo League.
Man.
Harsh lesson, but one he needed. Ash started bonding
Bro,
with
he lost
Pokemon
every
at a
time,
deeper
but he loses
level,
a lot,
and
though,
that
apparently.
friendship motivated them to dodge light speed moves like Solar Beam and Psybeam.
Charizard came around too. He's the last one
Yeah,
you
so
want
we're
to see
using
on
every
field.
Pokemon.
Even if you have a Blastoise like Gary, Ash will call for
Well,
the
not
most
every Pokemon, but you know.
unexpected signature move.
Seismic Toss! The people's elbow of Pokemon. Charizard's so strong strong, his flamethrower melts boulders. The Pokemon world is wild.
Ash's Pokedex spells it out.
Ash wins a
Vanillix
lot?
causes blizzards. Magikarp leaps over mountains and into space. Dusknoir pulls souls into the spirit world.
Oh, and
Oh,
Pikachu
Ash's
cleared a
Pokemon, yeah.
storm as wide as an island. Gotta catch 'em all. Surfetch, Butterfree, Heracross, Scraggy, Lycanroc, Palpitoad, Torkoal, Snivy.
Oh my god.
New regions,
Number-
soar new
oh my
flying
gosh.
types like Pidgeot. On land, Ash has physical offense like Melmetal and Crocodile, and Gibble will drop Draco Meteors on anyone, but mainly Piplup.
You want physical? Look at Ash. This twerp somehow carried around a Cosmoem, which canonically weighs over a ton. Oh, and this huge log that's basically a whole tree, he chucked it like it was nothing. Ash can choose his own hands if he wants, and he does a lot. Maybe his secret
So
is
he has
watching the
raw power?
Minnesota
Okay.
Vikings.
Resilience is the bare minimum to HMO1 cut it in the tall grass. Humans and Pokemon must protect and enrich each other's lives.
Like Mimey, the Mr. Mime back home who mind boggles
Oh my-
you with Reflect, Light Screen, and Psychic. Yep, that Mr. Mime, the stepdad who Ash caught
I
in a
know him
Pokeball
from the
and
movie,
brought
I
home.
think, 'cause they showed him on the movie, I'm pretty
so
sure.
That's how it works.
Ash figured out new ways to bond with his pals with Aura. It's a life force that interacts with souls and links Ash with Lucario.
This jackal excels at CQC and shoots steel beams and aura spheres. And with Mega Evolution, Lucario's
The anime
power
changes
surges
rules up
enough
like
to
crazy?
defeat Champion
Oh my
Cynthia's
gosh.
Garchomp.
A Mega
I bet they
would
do
have
the
been
same thing
handy
for
at the
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Safari Zone when Ash accidentally caught 30 Tauros, and he keeps hugging them. Ash, they're bulls.
Ash genuinely loves his little guys, but boy does it suck to see him lose the Pokemon League over and over again. Kid, just turn the hat backwards and lock in.
Ash's strength is not in battle theory, but his nurtured bonds. He knows Pokemon feelings better than anyone. With Greninja, Ash learned to synchronize their senses and movements, transforming him into Ash Greninja.
It comes with a huge power increase, but there's a catch. Ash shares Greninja's pain. A small price
Oh,
to pay
really?
for the
Wow.
ultimate water shuriken.
Ash
Wow, I
Greninja
didn't know
banned
that.
the ones with Champion Diantha's Mega Gardevoir. And just a normal Gardevoir
I mean,
can
you would think it would
conjure
be every
black
Pokemon
holes.
who shares their
Ash's
pain.
Pokemon and teamwork get along like rice balls and jelly-filled donuts. They saved the world from Lysander, who tried to kill all life. They fought the giants, the Reggie kind, not the New York ones, who halted Reggie Gigas, who can tow entire regions.
Ash's team battled Steven Stone and Alon, who fought the terraforming primal forms of Groudon and Kyogre.
Ah, don't get me started on Alon. Ash did everything right, but no, Greninja still lost to his Charizard after only getting hit 3 times. How does Blast Burn beat Water Shuriken? Get your type charts right, poor kids.
Boomstick 4Kids weren't even around anymore when this aired. Regardless,
Bro,
after
that's
his
funny.
loss at Kalos, Ash traveled to Alola and beyond to train. And thanks to some really delicious soup, his new Gengar Gigantamaxed.
Hide you,
Wait, really?
Gengar! He haunts foes with G-Max Terror, or even swallows them up.
I don't know, I think
Smells
Pokemon has more
nasty in
episodes.
there.
Ash and
Then
Pikachu
Yu-Gi-Oh!
also scored a buff with their Z move. All they need is a power ring, some JoJo poses, and Thunderbolt
What is
will
this?
evolve
No!
into
10 million volts.
What is that art style? Bro, what is that art style? Isn't that the new one? Isn't that the newest version or something? Bro, that art style is bad. I do not like the art style.
Thunderbolt! This rainbow
Ah.
lightning is their ace. You see this coming? You're cooked. Absorb
Nah.
electricity? Cooked. Fused with an ultra
Bro, he
beast?
looks like
Cooked.
Ash journeyed so much that
That's why I didn't watch the
monsters from
series,
another
yeah.
dimension are nothing to him. Naganadel is a poisonous sniper, and Solgaleo is basically the sun god, a legendary Pokemon whose Sunsteel Strike lights up the universe.
Ash got a god in his bag for just being a nice dude. Smell you later,
Bro.
Gary.
In fact, when Ash and friends band together, they can halt Dialga's Roar of Time. And Dialga literally controls the concept of time. Is
Wow.
there a legendary Pokemon he hasn't befriended?
But it all started with Pikachu, so it was gonna end with Pikachu. In the
Of course.
Tournament of Champions and Alon, Ash faced the #1 trainer. Finally, after 3,000 years, we're free! 4 kids, let my boy win! Yes!
Wait,
Sure. Ash did his best.
wait, so they said, see, people are saying that he finally won. They said that he finally won. So, what is this whole thing that people are saying where Ash lost all the time? They said, what? This is another one of his wins? People are saying that he finally won. Like they said that he always lost every single one. Okay, I don't know.
And he had no regrets, now free to hand over his torch to new bright-eyed trainers.
Ash realized that, to him, a Pokemon Master was someone who was friends with every Pokemon. So, he and Pikachu threw a stick in the air and walked away
he lost all major
because in the
leagues.
world of Pokemon, the journey continues.
The only one cause he got a Dragonite, just saying.
Dragonite, thank you so much for the $2 super
If
chat.
you want to
Thank
travel the
thank you.
world like Ash or look as rad as Yugi, then we've got the threads for you.
This battle is sponsored by Quince.
You'll like this. A bunch of Death Battle staff have owned
Great.
Quince stuff for ages, so we know it's legit.
Quince makes it easy to look in Canada too. That's QUINCE.com/deathbattle.
Free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/deathbattle.
Many a theorist have tried to solve the mystery of ancient Egypt. What was the secret to such a glorious...
Oh, interesting. I can hear the sound again, by the way. Let me fix that. Man. Bro, thank you, electrician, by the way, for the, 100 bits. Also, I think it's actually messed. I don't even know, bro. Mia's mouth opening? What's wrong with that? I'm eating!
civilization?
I have to open my
Time
mouth to
travel,
eat!
the divine hand. Aliens? Nah, they were gamers.
Egyptians played games with sorcery. These magical ceremonies punished dark hearts with swift death. The Shadow Game.
No, Wiz, they were banished to the Shadow Realm. Wink.
Sadly, the way of the Shadow Games was lost across time and the pieces of the Millennium Puzzle. It's said the one who solves the puzzle would pass judgment on evil, and in the modern
eating
day,
Puffed Cheetos.
Yugimoto reassembled it and wished for a friend.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Turn that jam up! Yugi was
I
a
never
shy
watched
kid that
Yu-Gi-Oh!
helped run his
Or
grandpa's
Pokemon.
game shop.
I've never
But
watched
little
either of
did he
them.
know that completing the puzzle would link his spirit to an ancient
It never
pharaoh.
interested me.
Yami, always willing to lend Yugi a hand, and always on demon time while doing so. He's anime
I have
jigsaw.
some?
Yami wants to
Sure,
play
have one,
a
and I'll eat
shadow
the rest.
game.
Whether it's Griddle Air Hockey, Mario Party with Chloroform, or the game that would take his world and ours by storm, Duel Monsters.
It's a summoner's war. Time to send monsters to the graveyard and take your foe down
Goodbye.
to 0 life points.
When Yugi's grandpa was kidnapped by the deranged CEO Seto Kaiba, Yugi knew it was time to knock him down the only way he knows how. Playing a
Cards!
children's card game.
Yeah!
And for his L, Kaiba was given a penalty game. Lose or cheat against Yami at your own peril. With the puzzle, Yami can punish you in some seriously messed up ways. Illusions of being set on fire, swapping your soul, or the infamous Mind Crush.
The Millennium Puzzle does
Yugi
far
cheats?
more
Does
than
he really?
force hallucinations.
No
it
way.
brings monsters to reality, forms barriers, manipulates probability, and seals away spirits.
You can't buy this. It and 6 other Millennium items are juiced up by ghosts.
Despite Yami's retribution, Yugi wasn't aware of this darker half. Yami had amnesia, so he didn't know himself either. But after a run-in with enemy Millennium Ring user Dark Bakura
Illuminati!
and some seriously hardcore LARPing, Yugi and Yami learned each other's shtick and made the dynamic duo.
With friends Taya, Tristan, and their left leg Joey, Yugi and Yami were ready for anything.
Because Yugi had a great early deck. Monsters for offense, spells for effects, and traps for setups. Oh, and Exodi... Oh, there they go.
Okay, if Yugi's deck is so good, why isn't it the meta? Put me in, coach. Face my 2,000 card deck.
Don't be too quick to judge. Yugi's a very clever strategist. His style works best at maximizing the use of so-called terrible cards.
Yeah, cool story, Wiz. But what's he gonna do about the 3 blue eyes Kaiba's got aiming at his dome?
Simple. Summon the monster card Karibo and have it multiply. With a 1,000 strong meat shield, a dragon's breath is a gentle
Bro,
breeze.
all of this is
Well,
happening because of
okay.
cards,
Didn't
dude!
know Yugi had that dog in him. But I'm about brute force. Buster Blader and Celtic Guardian are sick
This is what I'm
nasty
saying. I
swordsmen.
think
Summon
Yu-Gi-Oh's
Skull
gonna
shoots
win.
bolts of lightning, and the giant soldier of stone can destroy moons.
Time Wizard's
Yeah.
better. It's a living
over.
clock that fast forwards or rewinds a local area of time, turning monsters to infants or wizards into wise sages.
I am very
Speaking of
confused.
wizardry, you can't have a Yugi deck without his right hand, Dark Magician, and his apprentice, Dark Magician Girl.
Both are
His
masters
girlfriend?
of dark magic, and Yugi often pairs them with the damage redirecting magic cylinder. Now that's thinking with portals.
There's support monsters too. Catapult Turtle is a bot with a cannon that literally launches other monsters. And when Yugi comboed it with Gaia and Swords of Revealing Light, which immobilizes monsters, they brought down an entire fortress. Wait, that's not how the card game works. Is he cheating?
Well, we're prioritizing the manga and anime over anything else, which can differ from the real-world card game.
Yugi also has tons of spells.
Wait, they didn't say that they were prioritizing with no. Wait, no, prioritizing means only focusing. No, prioritizing means you do that first, then the other stuff, right? They didn't say that with Ash. They didn't say that with Pokemon. Didn't they say that? Oh, they're gonna focus on that and that's it for Pokemon, bro. Bro. Okay, Legend. Bye bye. Be safe. Thank you for coming. Berserker Soul is my favorite card. They focus on the anime only for Ash? Bro. No way,
Cards.
bro.
Monster Reborn resurrects a fallen friend. Turn Jump is a time skip. And Pot of Greed lets Yugi draw 2 more cards, like Pot of Greed, which lets him draw 2 more cards, like...
If things get dicey, he has more trap cards to level the field, like Dimension Sphinx, which reflects
Hey,
damage
we already
directly
know.
back
Look
at
how
the
much stuff he
opponent's
has,
life points.
dude.
And if his monsters and life points get wiped, he can just press Control-Z with Mirage Ruler to get them all
Control-Z.
back.
Pair these cards with Yugi and Yami's teamwork, and nothing could stand in their way. Not even the game's own creator, Pegasus.
Get this, Pegasus
Yes,
can
over.
read minds. So in their duel,
He's
Yugi
losing,
and
bro.
Yami
Ash
kept
is
swapping
losing.
souls Freaky Friday style, trusting each other
What?
to pick up on the strategies they left behind. And the mind reader was stumped. Yeah, they cheated.
No, Pegasus was reading their minds. Regardless, Yugi and Yami are an excellent dueling pair. Yami trusts Yugi to improve on his plans, while Yugi expects Yami to be his bolder half.
They got a
They're
whole
not
mind
just
reader in
smart.
this dang
These
thing,
card
bro.
slinging geeks are somehow expected to be fit enough to dodge lasers, resist getting their souls ripped out, and survive attacks from duel monsters. Even the most common duel monster can cause tsunamis, rain down meteors, and wreck
Crazy.
cities.
And
Yeah,
all of
we
this
already
power
know.
culminated in Battle City, hosted by Kaiba Corp.
Because Kaiba really wanted that
I
salty
will have
run
so
back
many
against his
questions
rival.
if
So
Ash
only
wins, dude.
surpassed by
There's no
Yami's
way.
biggest hater, Merrick, who wanted the 3 Egyptian god cards to take him out. These cards were Slifer, the Electric Dragon, Ra, the God Phoenix, and Obelisk, who strikes with the power of infinity.
This was a different ball game altogether, but Yugi was starting to stand on his own 2 feet.
So Yami and Yugi kept dueling on in a battle city that never wants to end. Or stop bullying Joey. But to
Really?
claim the
Oh
Egyptian
my
gods,
gosh.
Yugi and Yami had to face them in duels, pulling off some ridiculously high IQ plays.
When battling Slifer, they used a handful of weak cards to create an infinite combo of attacks that went past the god's limits.
And later, Yugi combined Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl's magic into Black Burning magic, promptly
Wow.
defeating Ra.
This ain't new for the magicians. In the movie Bonds Beyond Time, they did something similar against
No,
Paradox.
no. Why are they bringing up the movies? Why are they bringing up the movies? Why are they bringing up the movies? Didn't they say they're gonna only do, bro, anime and manga? Hello? Why are we doing the movies? No. Bro.
It's kinda crazy that together, the magicians can defeat the 10-star
I know
gods,
anyone in the
which
movie
are
is
way
getting it.
stronger than mid-tier monsters that are
Bro!
5 to 9 stars.
Mid-tier cards aren't
Bro!
pushovers. Darkhold Dragon is a sentient black hole, planet alignment moves solar systems,
this is
and
manga
Janen's
and
Glow
anime.
Neos destroyed a
No.
relativity field that spawned an entire universe.
But at the top would be the great evil god Zork, who showed up to plunge existence into the realm of darkness. It was time for Yugi to finish the puzzle of who Yami really is.
If the monsters weren't real before, they sure were now. Everyone has soul energy, Ba, which manifests as Ka, or a spirit. When used in tandem with the
Bro, they
bonds
didn't
of
use
his
the
cards,
movies
Yugi can
from
will duel
Pokemon, bro.
monsters into
What is this?
reality, even drawing anyone he wishes by believing in the heart of the cards.
I knew it! He's been cheating all this time! He doesn't just make
Yep.
up rules, he's stacking his deck!
Not at all. For Yugi, drawing the card he needs isn't just luck, it's an actual skill that he developed. It's even expanded in following series like GX and 5Ds.
Okay, well, I'd be the king of games too
AKA
if I could just
plot armor.
decide I have a royal
Plot
flush
armor.
every round.
Whatever. Yami rediscovered his Egyptian past, his multiple lifelong bonds, and his real name, Atem. Claiming his place as the ruler of the afterlife, Atem fused the Egyptian god cards to summon Harakti,
Bro, he didn't
the
know his real
creator
name?
of light.
What?
He's the ultimate duel monster who banished Zork and all of his scary darkness for good. The epitome of, screw you, I win.
No kidding, for Harakti created Yu-Gi-Oh's multiverse with that same light. Judgment had passed. Across many duels, evil was vanquished. There was only one more thing left to do.
A post-game boss duel between Yugi and Atem.
Their farewell was both climactic and bittersweet.
He had
Yugi
amnesia?
had
They
grown
said
as
that?
a
Bro, you
duelist
think I'm
and a
paying
person.
attention? Honestly,
his victory proved that he no longer
there's
needed
so much
Atem's help
going
to
on,
be
I
his
don't know what's
older half.
happening.
Even when Atem was an entire
The same thing
dimension
with
away
Pokemon.
or
The
busy
Pokemon was a
slapping
little
the
bit
end of
easier to
existence,
understand.
he and Yugi would always be bros.
But Yu-Gi-Oh's
Okay,
like
could have been
everywhere.
me,
I
not
can't
him.
understand
I'm
anything.
sorry I called you a cheater. I was jealous. You're so cool.
Yugi moved on to a career in game design and passed the torch to future duelists. He would be remembered as the greatest duelist there ever was.
Except to Kaiba, who tried to ascend to the afterlife to rematch Atem. Goes to show you that money can't buy you happiness, but it sure can buy you a sweet rocket ship.
There will always be another story, another duel, another game, and you won't find yourself a better opponent than the king of games.
It's over. We already know. We already know. It's
The
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Battle of the Millennium is about to start, but we wouldn't be able to make it happen without some help from our friends at Raycon.
That's
Oh
right,
my
this message is
God.
sponsored by Raycon. If you're looking for a holiday gift, Raycon's essential open earbuds should be delivery by Christmas, because great gifts shouldn't show up late.
Bro,
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
Before we start, let's lay some ground rules.
We're treating this
Yu-Gi-Oh!
as a real-time fight, much like typical battles in the Pokemon anime and duels later on in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime. And given that the rules of Pokemon and duel monsters are clearly incompatible, we'll allow them to summon anything that's reasonably available to them.
I mean, we
It's
figured
time
they would do
to
that.
Death battle!
They're like a Mario coin. Here we go! Oh, shoot! That is so cute! Oh my god! Oh my goodness!
You okay, Pikachu? This 4-on-4 is tricky. Hang in there!
You have Spirit, but I have Lightning Blade and Excalibur to boost my attack. And I set one card face down to end my
Yeah, we
turn.
already know. We already know. Yu-Gi-Oh!
Okay, guys, it's our turn now. Pikachu, throw him off with quick attack. Everyone else, back him up.
Bro, what is this music?
Great job. Now, Thunderbolt.
Oh,
Don't get ahead of yourself. You forgot about my face down card. Rise! Dimension Space!
oh. Dang,
Oh,
bro.
I get it. Good thing we brought them all, right, Pikachu?
What do you mean,
I don't
damn
know,
all?
Legend. Bro! It's the Bulls!
Charizard, I choose you!
Dude, we already know. What? Okay, look. The fact that they're using all the Pokemons already tells you who's gonna win, because he's already using his, all the stuff, you know what I mean? Oh. Abbytron, you just spoiled it, bro. Abbytron literally just spoiled it, bro! Abbytron! You know those jokes that you say is actually a spoiler, right? Because you keep doing it. Great! You did it? Yeah. Oh! What? Wait, did he just use an orb? Wait, what was that? Bro, what is is happening on my screen? I literally don't understand what's happening. Oh shoot! Ew, this is like poop! Or pee! Oh, is he dead?
I'm sorry, partner. Don't worry. It's my turn now.
Bro, the way he said it, it's my turn now.
I just need to believe in the heart of the cards.
Yeah, the heart of the card, bro. His point system went down.
Who's that Pokemon?
Haruxi!
Who's that Pokemon?
This is it! Magicians! Flash burning magic! Haruxi! Joser!
Yeah, now it's his turn. Let's go.
Pikachu, let's finish this together!
That is so cute. That is so cute.
10 million volt thunderbolt!
That is so cute.
You activated my trap card! Magic Cylinder! With it, I'll send your Thunderbolt back to attack your life points directly!
Oh. It's over! I knew it! I knew it! Yep.
That was an awesome duel, Ash.
There it is. There it is. We all knew that. We all knew, right? Like, come on. Bro, freaking Alutron,
My
bro!
childhood. Whiz, quick! I need your tears. We can save him.
There's a lot to this, so let's break it down by
He just killed a
experience,
child.
strategy,
I
and
know,
monsters.
right? Like, what the
Starting with
freak?
experience. Both Ash and Yugi have risen to the top, beating the best of the best, and traveled all over the world.
But Ash traveled more, was in more tourneys, and saved the world way more often. And despite what people say, he wins a lot.
Even a Tem's stint as the Pharaoh doesn't tip the scale since he wasn't in
They
charge
just
for
showed a
very long.
10-year-old in front
Plus,
of like
Pokemon evolve over
20,000
time,
audience. Yeah,
literally
it's
and
crazy.
figuratively. While Yugi's deck is obviously adjustable, the cards are unchanging, unable to grow like Ash's Pokemon.
So Ash wins in experience. But when it
You're
comes to
surprised they let
strategy,
Yugi win,
he's
really?
a wild card.
I
He's
saw that
skilled at
coming a
improvisation
long,
and using
long
the
ago,
environment
bro.
to win. Even machines cannot comprehend his tactics.
But the same goes for Yugi. Gotta remember, Yugi and Atem's teamwork is second to none. They're masters at exploiting weaknesses.
So
setting
why
up
does
tricks,
his appearance
and surprising
change when his
foes with
necklace
so-called
comes off?
weak
Is
cards.
that actually?
Both could likely
Is that
adjust
an
to each other's
actual thing?
unpredictability, so a Dark Horse style win
That
was unlikely.
Yu-Gi-Oh's
But
appearance just
Ash's
changes
secret
when his
weapon
necklace
is his
comes
bond
off?
with
Like,
his
what is
Pokemon,
that?
boosting their power. I'm not just talking about Pikachu. His power of friendship invented an evolution for Greninja.
Bro.
That's crazy. Ash's trust in his Pokemon knows no limits.
He
Silly
looks
as it may
bad
sound,
without it,
Yugi
bro. I'm
trusts
sorry.
his deck in the same way. The heart of the cards is real, and Yugi is determined to support his monsters with spells, traps, and buffs. Look at his duels with Merrick and Paradox, where he bolstered his weaker cards to take down gods. With Ba and Ka, his bonds with his cards manifest them into reality, not so dissimilar from Ash Greninja.
Yeah, Ash has aura, but he never mastered it. And
Ash has
specialties
aura,
like
really?
Mega Evolution and Gigantamax,
Oh, you
while
mean
awesome,
those?
only
Oh, okay. I
work
thought you
with
meant like
specific
figures.
Pokemon.
Okay, no, I get
And
it.
since Ash focuses on offense far more than support, Yugi could control the pace of the fight with cards like Swords of Revealing Light and Magic Cylinder.
But I know some of you are asking, what if Ash threw hands? The kid's strong enough to chuck trees and lift baby gods.
He's possessed
Just
by his
punch
past
him, man.
life of the
Well,
ancient
Yugi's
Egyptians,
similarly
Flora,
tough, and
Adam,
the Millennium
when his
Puzzle can
actor-
make shields, steal
They're two
ghosts,
separate characters,
cast
but also the
illusions,
same?
and
Oh,
mess
wow.
with minds. If Ash actually tried to punch him, it'd be Mewtwo all over again.
It's a close call, but Yugi takes the edge in strategy.
So it all comes down to the monsters. Yugi had a slightly larger pool of monsters, but Ashes can clear out island-wide storms, fight terraforming beasts, and are
Whoa.
stronger than the black hole summoning Gardevoir.
Goodbye.
However, Yugi's can rain down meteors, compete with larger black holes,
Exactly,
and even
that's what
the
I'm
mid-tier
saying.
scale to glow Neos, destroying that relativity
has
field with a
stronger
universe.
stuff.
And Hirakti created Yu-Gi-Oh's whole multiverse, surpassing even Solgaleo's Sunstill Strike and Dialga's Roar of Time.
And Yugi had more than just monsters on the field. Ash's strength was also his weakness. His power was evenly spread, reliant only on his remaining Pokemon.
If Mr. Mime faints, no more psychic barriers. If he lost Lucario, no more Mega Evolution, and so on. The longer the battle went, the less Pokemon Ash had,
Yeah.
and he did not have a reliable way to bring them back. He doesn't carry revives on him, and even then, reviving Pokemon in the anime is entirely different from the games. Meanwhile, Yugi had cards like Mirage Ruler and Monster Reborn that could instantly recall powers he's lost.
And he can, bend fate to draw whatever card he wants. And we didn't even cover them all. Really, Yugi's deck has no pathetic
Yeah.
cards.
Exactly. Yugi's versatility and power swept Ash's options, giving his monsters the lead. He just needed
Yeah,
the right
aka,
moment to
long
knock
story
Ash
short,
stone
too
cold.
long,
That was
didn't
a
read.
good attempt at a
Just,
fun whiz.
you know.
might not think it's Pharaoh, but Ash got Yugi owned.
Yeah,
The
like, bro,
winner
it's just,
is
yeah,
Yugi
like,
Moto.
it's no competition. There's literally no competition.